Welcome back. EFF leader Julius Malema has recently come out in defense of DA MP Dianne Kohler Barnard, who's been mentioned at the Madlanga Commission. She's been accused of breaking the law and fueling attacks on crime intelligence, claims she denies. Unisa's Professor Dumisani Mabunda joins us for more on this. Prof, a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. And before we even get to what other members of parliament have to say about this, I just wanted to get your take on the fact that DA MP Dianne Kohler Barnard, even though she has denied the claims, the allegations made by the General Mkhwanazi, is it also fitting for her to remain in that ad hoc committee?
Yeah, good evening, Masa and the viewers. I think politics have got a way of playing out. I suppose the Commission of Inquiry, headed by Judge Madlanga, have got terms of reference that they will be following. So they will not be swayed by political commentating and views. Otherwise, a lot of names can be mentioned and they will either have to recuse themselves or have to appear before the commission. So the commission will summon the valuable witnesses to the commission because they've got a mandate. And at the end of it all, they have to submit a report to the president. So fortunately, we're having two parallel structures, the Madlanga Commission and the Parliamentarian Commission. You will recall that earlier on, before the Madlanga Commission started, there was a debate as to which one should start, which witnesses should begin with the testimony. So eventually, the Madlanga Commission started. So we are still waiting for the Parliamentarian ad hoc committee to commence.
And that's also a view of some of the MPs as well, who are saying it should be left up to Dianne Kohler Barnard or whoever else has been implicated in the Madlanga Commission to recuse themselves. But is that sufficient, Prof? Is that not a conflict of interest of sorts?
My view is that everyone that the Commission would want to come and testify should be given an opportunity so that the country can hear what they have to say. Perhaps if, as citizens, would have preferences as to who should appear, we wouldn't get the clear picture of the whole thing. So it will amount to wasteful expenditure. So there is funds allocated for this commission, and it is my view that the commission will summon every witness that is covered in that funding, so that by the end of it all the sides of the story have been heard. I think it will be premature to start paying for people's blood and say this one must resign and that one must resign. We, as a country, must first hear all the sides of the story, and then the commission will make recommendations which hopefully will be implemented, unlike the other commissions' recommendations.
Yeah, I guess I should put it this way as well. You know, you mentioned these parallel functions that are happening right now through the commission or the ad hoc committee. Speaking specifically on the ad hoc committee, not the commission, on the ad hoc committee that Dianne Kohler Barnard currently sits on, they are currently tasked with investigating these allegations and claims as well. But if you are implicated in some of those allegations as well, how fair can it be for you to be able to participate in those investigations when you are one person who's a person of interest as well?
That's a good question, Masa. On Monday, there is another witness that is going to testify at the Madlanga Commission. This will be before the Parliamentarian Commission starts. What if the witness testifying on Monday start mentioning other names? Are we going to hear the same chorus to say, because your name has been mentioned, so you have to step down? Then we will have chaos. I think some of the political views must be left as they are and allow these parallel structures to do what they have been appointed to do. So they have a responsibility to summon any witness that will give them information that they are looking for. The issue of people stepping aside, I think we are crossing the boundary now. We have to hear, because at this stage, all of these things that we have heard are going to be tested. They are regarded as allegations or untested. So let's allow every individual that is supposed to appear before these parallel structures to have their day in front of these structures.
Yeah, and that's a fair point as well, because I think it's Julius Malema of the EFF who mentioned that wait until tables turn, meaning anyone's name could be mentioned by another witness at the Madlanga Commission. So do we then collapse the entire committee? But just in terms of the political protections as well, you know, when it comes to the Madlanga Commission, we know that it's an independent commission of inquiry. There's been a lot of criticism when it comes to our commissions of inquiry. But when it comes to ad hoc committees with members of parliament, these are members of parliament who are also members of political parties. And political parties will obviously close rank and protect their own. The MK party has said they believe that, in fact, Ms. Dianne Kohler Barnard should recuse herself from this ad hoc committee. You've explained as to why that would be down a slippery slope. But how far in terms of political protection will those who've been accused get? For instance, the chairperson of this committee, the ad hoc committee, is Ian Cameron, who is a DA member, and already has said has already tried to protect against Dianne Kohler Barnard being attacked on this, rightfully so. But the political interference that we're already investigating in the Madlanga Commission, how sure are we that it won't infiltrate in the ad hoc committee as well?
Masa, you're posing good questions. Unfortunately, I don't have answers for them. But if we allow politics or gimmicks to play and to take over these two structures, then we will have chaos, as you indicated earlier on. My request is that these structures, they have the terms, what we call terms of reference. If they stick to those terms of reference and not try to interpret them according to their understanding, then we will not have a problem. But if they don't understand the terms of reference, which is rules of the game, then we will not be able to get the picture that the citizens are looking for. But my hope is that come Monday, the next witness in Madlanga Commission will be called, and that structure will not interfere with what the Parliament ad hoc commission is supposed to do. So they have an understanding, although the terms of reference seem to be similar for both structures or commissions. So we will wait to see when they start. I don't know the exact date when the Parliamentary ad hoc commission is supposed to start, but obviously there already they are starting to flex their muscles, because perhaps this is an opportunity to get rid of one of my parliamentary colleague that I didn't like for whatever reason in the past. But I suppose the chair is empowered to take the right decision in terms of who will appear before that structure and who will not.
How much faith do you have in the ad hoc committee, also considering that they had heard these allegations from the general as far back as March already, but also this week we heard from the SAP's legal head, General Marga van Rooyen, that in her legal opinion, she feels that the ad hoc committee has already failed in its oversight role?
Yeah, I was listening to that as well, but when we hear them before they start their process, they say they're trying to rubbish the other commission, the Madlanga Commission. They say the Madlanga Commission will only make recommendations which may end up in archives somewhere, but they claim that they have teeth to bite. We shall see, but it will amount to the voting at a later stage, which may be prolonged, and people who are fingered would want to defend themselves as well, and then they would prolong the system long after the time frame of this commission. So we are excited to see things unfold. What we want to hear is that witnesses must not hold back when they have the opportunity to appear before these commissions. They must say everything that they know, and then the country will be in a better place going forward.
Don't hold back, indeed. Prof, thank you so much for your insights this evening. Really appreciate your time. That's Professor Dumisani Mabunda from Unisa.